So one of the things with design trends you're always going to find is who was first. With my background being in fashion with photography, one of the things that was always the miniskirt. Very iconic, classic piece of women's wear or design. And for me, it was always Mary Quant invented the miniskirt. Plenty of people always say it was somebody else. There's a couple other contenders out there, but for me, it was Mary Quant. I liked her stuff. She wore it first, designed it first as far as I'm concerned. So she bought it there. So where are we going with this? Well, welcome everybody once again to the channel, Modernist. I'm your host, Alister. So today we are in a very, very early mid-mod for Sacramento, 1951. No known architect, but some definite mid-century modern features in this house. And I don't know, let's take a look, take a tour. Some of the stuff is 1950s, not mid-mod. Some of it is mid-mod, and I like this property. It came up, so I thought, okay, I spoke to the listing agent, Jennifer Hayes. Thank you very much for the tour today. I appreciate it. And we'll go from there. We'll walk through. So we're gonna start with the front door. Definitely a mid-mod front door. A couple of adds-ons. Obviously, there is a screen door, which, you know, my passion for screen doors is right up there with ceiling fans, just so we're clear. So let's go take a walk, shall we? And like I said, this house, 1951, first time in the market, 60 years. So it was built in 51, current owners bought it in 63, and now it's for sale. So you're gonna see a lot of interesting stuff here. Some of it very original, some of it added on. And whoops, slam the door. But anyways, so one of the things when you come into an older house, I would do, you kind of like a little, like, I don't know, it's a journey of discovery, so to speak. So here's something I found with this house. Ready? So this is a window, little planter box in the window, right? Little window box. I like those. I like plants. I have a big green thumb. See these little squares? These little suckers right there? Looks like some tiles. So, person that used to own this house, apparently they were travelers from all over the world, collect stuff. So digging around. I'm gonna go in the closet right here, and look what we found. Digging around is some really cool tiles that clearly went in there, and they were very much very handmade, hand painted, very, very cool. So they come in the house. There's a pile of them in the closet behind me, and so look, not lying, there's a ton of them. So that's kind of cool. I like that stuff. And like I said, this house is 60 years old, and it's going to show it. But mid-mod, first design feature that we get into with mid-mod, you're going to get into is a lot of people talk about mid-mod saying it's organic. And organic in the sense we've discussed before, it's you find the raw material, it's that first stage of processing it, and then you use it. It's not as intended organic to me as you find it in nature and you use what you got, right? So, right behind me is a stone floor, which is the entryway all the way front door. I'll show you. Right, and then it goes in that closet that we just opened up. That definitely, this mirrored door, right? That's not mid-mod, that was added later. But something can always change. But like I said, this house is more like just a little journey of discovery of where did mid-mod come from, where did it get its start, its origins. And in this house, you can see it, 1951 creeping in. I mean, 53, Joseph R. Cowden started kind of playing around, building a little bit, doing his mid-mods before he teamed up with Eichler. 58, the Strang brothers arrived here, but didn't really start building till 60, mid-mods. But it was here in little ways, shapes, or forms. We're gonna start in the bedrooms today. Kitchen, I'm gonna save to last. Unfortunately, that was attacked by the 80s, so it is what it is. And, but there we go. So this house, mid-mod features, which I love. If whoever buys this and restores it, really, I hope they restore it rather than rip its heart out, is light fixtures. Look at that. All very 50s throughout the whole house. And every bedroom, it's a 3-bedroom house, by the way, 2.5 baths. There is closets built into every room, which is rare back then. Most people just had a big square room and you added a closet as a piece of furniture. So very, very cool. As you can see, double doors. They actually are all lit. So it is pretty cool. I like this. This is bedroom. I guess we'll call this like bedroom number 2 or 3. It's not the master. We'll walk down to the master. That's the interesting thing about this hallway that I'm in too. We're going to discuss because, like I said, this is a house you're going to buy, restore, and make it sort of livable for today. All right, but hopefully, like I said, there's a ton of MidMod features you can keep. Another one, look at that. See these lights? You know what's not there? Yes, exactly. I don't have to say it out loud. You already know the answer. All right, so this house has some strange things. Like I said, it's been added to over the years, which doesn't make sense. So there's a closet behind me. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna close the doors. Because those doors and the handles, so we're gonna come in. Sorry, we're playing games here. There we go. See these handles? Very 50s, very mid-mod. Now, from what I understand, I did an open house here yesterday, Sunday, and I ran into a neighbor. So the neighbor told me these closets, when they originally built in, there was some cupboards up here above, and for whatever reason, they decided to fill them in with a piece of furniture or wood. It just doesn't match. Something you'd like stick in a Victorian if you were restoring one. But anyway, these doors, you know, Constantine are open. There's some built-ins in there. You really have some fun with these closets. So, bedroom number 2. Now, we're gonna stop on the way at a bathroom. Now, this bathroom, oh Lord, is it mid-mod. You ready? Look at this. That is some of the best wallpaper I've seen in a long time. Vanities in the bathroom. They are original, built in. Look at these things. These are absolutely original. Unfortunately, they opened the wrong way to the camera, but these are all original. Very, very cool. Tile top, tiny little sink, but it works. Now, this is a really cool thing, the medicine cabinet. Straight out of the 50s. Look at that. I would actually go find a car restoration place, get this thing, get the chrome stripped off of it and re-dipped. Bathroom hardware, all original. Toilet holder. This thing here, towel rack. This one's missing. It's got like a fleur-de-lis on it. Here. So see this? The one behind me, it's missing. Simple. They just snap right off. They're metal. You can get these 3D printed. That'll give you a base, and then you get it recast, chromed, and you've replaced it. Really easy restoration. That's the beauty with technology these days with 3D printing. It makes restoring homes back to original, casting, stuff like that, super easy. Again, this is funny. Everyone keeps calling this like a mini tub. It is 1951's attempt at a walk-in shower at the end of the day, because they hadn't been invented yet, I guess, and this was just what they had. So you ready? It's kind of hysterical. Look at that thing. It looks like a mini bathtub. So when I was doing the open house, like every kid was like, "Mom, this is my bathroom. Look, it's even got a tub my size," which was kind of cute. But really, it's a shower stall, and that's what they had in '51. That was their idea of it. Look, but yeah, and this wallpaper. Look at this thing. I mean, I keep like looking for like Zsa Zsa Gabor or something. It's kind of cool. All right, so let's go down to the master. You ready? And I'm just gonna walk straight in. Go up to the corner so you can see it. There we go. The door we walked in. There's a young suite. There's a really cool thing in there, by the way. Very 1950s. So there is like an electrical panel in this room. I don't know why it's there, but you know, it's 50s. That's what they did. Same thing again. Built-in closet. Really, really nice. Kind of a cool closet. I like it. All right, ready for this bathroom? So same thing again. Let's just walk in and do this. All right. So there's a toilet behind me. There's this little wall right here. And when you walk around it, same thing again. We've got another one of those chromed medicine cabinets. An original vanity, tile around the sink. Very, very cool. So we've got an original tub. I hope the people that buy this house say that. This is amazing. Now this is really kind of a cool thing. You ready? I think I stayed in a hotel once. I was in college. I was on a road trip and it was like middle of nowhere and the hotel had not been touched and it had one of these and I haven't seen it since. And I thought it was kind of cool. You get on a cold day, get out of the shower and it's a little chilly. Kind of stinks, but actually you got out of the shower and it's warm. So, see this? What the heck is that? All right, you ready? So I'm gonna go above my head. All right, there we go. See that? There's a light and a heating element. I didn't turn it on because it's covered with dust, and the next thing I'm gonna have the fire department here and the listing agent's gonna love me. So, but it'd be cool to restore that and make it work. I think it'd be kind of cool. But yeah, neat, totally different. So, I've discussed before in videos making older houses relevant to today. Like, you've still got to live here. No one likes living in, I mean, this house, 1951, we're in 2023. You're in, what's that, a 72-year-old home? You've got to live like it's today, but it's nice to have a throwback to the past. But what you see today in a modern home is laundry facilities near where the bedrooms where you'd use them, right? So this whole wing, if I'm gonna go, let me go stand in this back bedroom. Look at that, that's a hallway, essentially 2 bathrooms because one's en suite, and 3 bedrooms. So it's all on one side. So it'd be great to have laundry on this side, but guess where the laundry is? All the way on the other side of the house. Doesn't make any sense. So there is, right here, closet. You could easily do a stackable washer dryer in there. This house does, it's not on a foundation, it's raised. You've got bathrooms on one side of the hallway, so you could easily run plumbing under the floor to this closet for your washer dryer, electric, okay? And so that's your washer dryer. Now we've got this built-in right here. Now, I'm not a big fan of ripping out original stuff and redoing it, but you got these closets. I would leave those. Linen closet, fantastic. But on the bottom of these drawers, I'd pull those out, make that hollow, and put in laundry bins for your dirties, okay? And even then you could maybe pull out one of these cupboards, make it shelving, and then you've got like a folding station to do your laundry because you got your laundry down there, right? But just an idea, but this will make this a really cool hallway. There is a doorway behind the bathroom out to the outside. That door is painted shut, it does not open. So there's a restoration project for you. So I'm gonna come back up here and let's go front living room. So just so you see where we are in the scope of things. There's my front door. Here's that beautiful MidMod. Look at that floor. So cool. And it stops at the kitchen. The kitchen we're gonna get to, because like I said, that's a crying shame what they did to that kitchen. So 2 fireplaces in this house. They share the same chimney because they're in the center, but they're not. There is a wall built between the 2 fireplaces. So you don't have to, if you have a fire in one room, you don't have a fire in the other. But what we kind of need, if you had a fire in one room, it's going to heat the hearth. So you're going to get a bit of radiant heat into the other room, which is nice. There's a fireplace, all original wood floors. These windows, we discussed MidMod, yours have lots of glass. Look at that. That's the front window out to the street. So that's kind of nice. Now I'm saving the kitchen till last, so I apologize. I'm kind of being sneaky here. Bear with me. So now there's this like sort of casual living room on the back side. I'm just gonna walk in. Look at all that wood. My Lord. 50s all over. It's beautiful. There's the other fireplace. So that's the back side of the other one. Kind of nice. Windows. Lots of windows. There is a sun's porch out back, which is nice. So all screened in. And then there's lots of like storage in this room. So you could use this, in a modern day house. That's all your audio visual stuff, right? Everything you want. You could even go old school. I mean, you got your flat screen, but you could put, DVD player, tape decks. You could have, your vinyl record player, all in there, hidden away, all behind doors, all behind these very nice retro wood doors. Very, very cool. So anyway, this room, this carpet, I pulled it up. It has been epoxy to the floor. So there's been one hell of a restoration job on this floor to do to get it back. You're not gonna leave this carpet in, but maybe would you carpet over the top? I have no idea. I pulled it back a little bit and it's pretty heavy. It's pretty epoxy. It's kind of not good. All right, you ready? So this is the bit I've been like, well, I'll show you the good part of the kitchen first. All right. Oh, look at that light. You ever notice? No ceiling fans. They have lights in rooms. What a novel idea. No fan. Gosh, I love these people. Never met them, but I like them. All right, you ready? The kitchen. I make no apologies for this kitchen. Look at that. Oh, poor thing. So this kitchen, I would take it all out and I would just go find like a retro MidMod kitchen system to put in other cabinets. Just make it look MidMod again. But ceiling's really cool. It's kind of like a wainscoting wood. See that? And then let's do that lamp. Oh, I love that lamp. She's beautiful. Oh, this is a cool touch. You ready? What's that, folks? Someone in the open house did not know what that was. And you weren't much younger than me. Like, come on, really? You ready? Let's leave the phone in here so we got the speaker out. You ready? Listen to this. That's what I get. Oh, nice little door. See, that's kind of cool. It's like almost like a xylophone plates with little electric plungers, and it just taps it. You get a nice cool doorbell. So back to this kitchen. Electric stove. It's kind of strange. Like, look, 90s appliances, right? Or 80s. Everything's 80s white, right? Electric stove. And that's an old stove. And then the oven, same thing. That's hella original. But I don't know, I guess ran out of budget. I have no idea, but this poor kitchen. So now, the room that I'm standing in next is currently a laundry room. Like I said, I would move it to that down the hallway, just do a stackable. My guess is this room used to be a pantry. The reason why is because there's a very original piece of built-in furniture back here that would make me feel that it was a pantry. And here's why. See that? Very cool. Watch this. It's a cutting board, prep food. So that's what I suspect this was. Built in 51. Yeah, I'm thinking it was originally done as a pantry. But yeah, there we go. Look at that, contractor white, 90s white, whatever you want to call it. Just wash and dry, nothing fancy. So, like I said, this house, they've left all the original fixtures in, so you can really have some fun with this. Ready? Look at that. Oh, love that stuff. And this is one of my favorites in the whole house. Real basic, but look at that. And see what we can do. Get a good view of it. Oh, that's just so cool. And then this one is weird. This bathroom's the only one where the sink's not original. And then, let's see, there is a sink built in to here. Right, very original. That faucet, very, like I said, just like a vegetable washing station. It just makes me want to think that this room, at some point back in the day, was a pantry. Backyard. Now, this is absolutely brilliant. Ready for this? So, like I said, this house, the current owners, they've been here 60 years. This yard represents 60 years of plant growth, not weeds, not overgrowth. It's a beautifully curated garden. No pool. It doesn't have a fish pond. I'd like a fish pond, but I like fish ponds. But I would not put a pool in this yard. And like I said, these folks, they did travel, and they've sort of left their stuff behind that they collected over the years. You're like, what kind of stuff, Alister? Like furniture, sinks? No, what's this? Like stuff they just collected. You can guarantee that they just ran into artists. And so let's have a look. See, little head. Look at that thing. So cool. Let's move it back. There we go. Look at them apples. See? So there's like stuff like that all over the yard. This one's my favorite piece. It's tiny, but it's so cool. Let me see if we can find it. Here it is, down here in the yard. Look at this thing. So cool. It's like a little face. I just love it. I'd love to know. It's just handmade. Probably picked it up at a market somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Who knows? And it's just sitting in the yard. But there's dozens of little finds like that. 1951, another thing you did, you had garbage receptacle in the back garden. This one is a bit buried, it's only half exposed, but I'd love to restore this. So here we go. See this? It's in ground. It's a little lid, pick it up, and that's where you keep your trash. Then you just pull it up and empty it out. Another fun little piece of art. Just this slate. I don't know where that's from. There's this really cool lion back here. Look at that. It's so cool. Let's take a tour of the flower bed, shall we? Because, like I said, this is not 60 years of weeds. This is 60 years of mature plants. As I've discussed before, I have a pretty big green thumb. And look at these lilies. See that? Look at this. This is just one flower bed. So there's a bird of paradise that unfortunately is looking for a new paradise, but it's not that hard to fix. The flower beds, they're full of dead leaves. Need a good leaf blower, get some of that dead growth out. And this is kind of a cool little plant. My grandfather's big sort of a part of my life. It's huge. And we used to go for walks in the woods with his dog, and you'd run into bluebells. And so this is not a bluebell, but it's definitely of that family. I'd love to know what it is, but just kind of poking through. Here we go. See, kind of cool. I don't know what flower that is. It's one of the bells, but looks kind of neat. I like it. Now let's go back here in the yard. Now there's fruit trees in this yard. Oh my gosh, they're just everywhere. See, lemons. Let's go stand. I'm gonna go kind of like stand in a flower bed here, so you can get a look behind me of this yard. at that. That's gotta be one of my favorite gardens I've been in yet as a realtor in this house. And then this is the bed with the, I just showed you, with the big lilies. See, there's a lavender. Look at that bed. I mean, you know how hard that is to recreate? There's decades of growth. So cool. So, as we come back in the house, we're now in the sunroom. Look at this light fixture. I don't know what these fixtures kind of say, right? It kind of looks like the little machine, like Back to the Future. We're doing the little brain scan thing. Look at that thing. That's hysterical. And what video would it not be complete without one of these? You ready? But this is in the sunroom. You know, it gets hot out here, Sacramento. But what are you gonna do? And then there's kind of like a garden sink out here. I mean, if there was there was a raised bed out here, so maybe they grew vegetables, but rinse them before you bring it in the house. That's all stuff I like. And then last but not least, so one of the things with MidMods, let's do the garage. I'll make that last, and then we'll do a little bit of a just talk through and stuff. Anyway, the garage, very 1950s. A lot of the built-ins. There's a nice big old workbench. There's a water heater. This house has 2 water heaters. No one seems to know why. Maybe they have trust issues. I don't know. But that water heater is gas. The other side of that wall is the kitchen stove, which is currently electric. So you could easily run that through the wall, have a gas stove. Another thing with this house, the garage door and the opener is brand new. It's a lovely shade of brown, but it goes with the exterior of the house. Not my favorite. Wouldn't be hard to respray that and change the color if you wanted to. But it's all brand new, and it's a nice garage door. And this is, you know that? That's an insulated garage door. So it's not just cheap aluminum. They spent some money on that sucker. So that's nice. But roof, relatively new. People always ask that when we do these, especially when these houses are listings. It's not just me touring a house for the history. So what are we gonna do? We talked about that, didn't we? So we're gonna go for a little bit of a lesson. So MidMod, Carter Sparks especially, once it got rolling here in Sacramento, his big thing was hardware. And 51 up until this point, all hardware in a home was brass, hinges, everything. And to a lot of the MidMod designers, that was just considered, what's the best, was just heavy, overweight, didn't really go with things. This house still has all of that brass. But if you're gonna do a true restoration, MidMod throwback, you know, get it all in aluminum. It's just kind of cool stuff. But anyway, let's just walk around. There's your HVAC system in that room, which is right opposite, like I said, where I would put the washer dryer. And then we'll do one last look at this poor kitchen, because it needs a restoration. But we'll do it as, look at that light. I love that. That thing, that globe light is absolutely amazing. So anyway, once again, thank you very much, Jennifer Hayes, listing agent. I really appreciate all the agents that let me do these videos in their listings. It's just really very much so appreciated. This has been a lot of fun. Once again, I'm your host, Modness, Alister. Be good to each other, humans. Take care. Have a good day, okay? Bye-bye.